My reflection smiled. But I didn't. When I moved into my new apartment, I found an old mirror tucked away in the back of the bedroom closet. It had an antique look, with a tarnished silver frame and glass that seemed slightly warped, giving everything a distorted, otherworldly quality. I thought it was charming, vintage, mysterious, so I decided to keep it. I hung it on the wall opposite my bed. At first, it was just a mirror. Nothing unusual, but over the next few weeks I started noticing little things. Strange things. It began subtly. My reflection felt off. Sometimes it seemed like it was just a split second behind me, like it was lagging, mimicking my movements just a little too slowly. I told myself it was the warped glass playing tricks on me. But then it got worse. One night, as I was brushing my hair before bed, I glanced at the mirror and saw my reflection smiling. I wasn't smiling. I froze the brush mid-stroke and stared at the glass. My reflection stood there, still grinning at me, too wide, too sharp. My chest tightened as I noticed its teeth. They weren't mine. They were jagged, too many of them, almost animalistic. The air in the room felt heavy, like I was being watched. I dropped the brush and stumbled backward, unable to look away. My reflection didn't move. It just stared at me, smiling, as if it was waiting for something. I turned and ran out of the room, slamming the door behind me. I didn't sleep that night. I kept telling myself it wasn't real, that I'd imagined it. I was overtired, stressed, and the warped glass was just playing tricks on me. But deep down I knew something wasn't right. The next morning I decided to get rid of the mirror. I couldn't bring myself to touch it with my bare hands. So I used an old blanket to lift it off the wall and carry it to the hallway. I left it there, leaning against the wall, and shut the bedroom door. When I walked back into the room, something made me stop cold. There was an outline on the wall where the mirror had hung, almost like a shadow burned into the paint. But it wasn't just the shape of the mirror, it was my silhouette. And it was smiling. My blood ran cold. I backed out of the room, my eyes glued to that shadow. That's when I heard it, a soft, faint tapping. It was coming from the hallway. I turned and looked toward the door. The mirror was still leaning against the wall where I'd left it. But now the glass looked darker, and the tapping was coming from inside the mirror. Something moved behind the glass. Not my reflection, something else. Something watching me. I didn't wait to see more. I grabbed my keys and ran out of the apartment. I've been staying at a friend's place ever since. I thought about throwing the mirror out, smashing it, anything to get rid of it. But I can't bring myself to go back. And now, every night I swear I hear tapping. It's faint, like it's far away, but it's getting closer.